Now I did the same thing with Big B yesterday. I forgot to click on it. There, yeah,
Hello,
I'm here. For,
everyone.
oh, now where was I at? It seems like I would say about 90% of my subscribers, that I talk to a lot of, like you, and it seems like a large percentage of them have health issues. Uh,
Yeah, I think if they don't have health issues, they have time to, go have life and not live on YouTube. Hello,
yeah,
Frugal. How are you, honey?
yeah, and and all of you, every one of you that have these health issues and stuff, I think about it a lot. Um,
It is what it is. It's all about the attitude that you put forth dealing with it. Are you going to be
yeah,
doom and gloom and oh woe is me, or are you going to be? I ain't going to let it stop me. I'm that one.
yeah. Well,
Hey,
I see
Cindy.
Cindy. Yeah, Cindy came on.
Yeah, we got Cindy and Frugal so far.
Yeah. It's made me very much aware. I thought I was really, 2 or 3 months ago, I was in a bad place, and I didn't think I was going to get any better, and I thought I was really bad off and all this stuff. And now, I'm pretty daggone lucky. I'm not in bad shape. I just can't walk good, and
Exactly.
I see myself getting better. I'm doing so much more. As far as taking care of my own personal needs and stuff than I was 2 or 3 months ago.
Exactly. It just takes time.
And
You were wanting to join the rodeo the day you got out of the hospital, and it's just not realistic. You just got to give your body time. It went through hell, plain and
yeah,
simple. You know. Hello, Lisa.
yeah, but I'm in so much better shape, and I'm in such a better place than I was, and it just blows my mind that hey, Bill
Hello, and Bill.
and Spaceman Dudley, and um, I'm gonna be doing a lot more live videos. I've got several subscribers now that wants to do these videos with me, like we're doing with you and everything.
Yeah.
And I enjoy it, and I really enjoyed that one yesterday with Big B. He,
Hello, Dudley.
huh?
I said hello, Dudley.
Oh,
He had a
the,
chest X-ray yesterday. Have you gotten any word on what they found or not found? Is it all good or? And
yeah.
hello, Deborah.
See, you can keep up with these comments better than I can. I
Um,
can't. I don't multitask too good.
well,
Uh,
I'm used to keeping track of the chat, calling an auction, and typing all the information about each item into the chat as I go, calling it down in the chat plus verbally. So yeah, I've learned to multitask on YouTube really, really well.
okay. Oh, what did he say? It's just checkup from COVID.
Oh, so it's a follow-up X-ray to see how his lungs are recovering after COVID. Are they looking good? I hope.
Okay. And Deborah says she's dumpster right now. I see that.
What's that? Let me find it here.
Deborah dumpster diving, Diva. No, is that the one? I kind of done lost where I was looking. It moved on me.
Oh, she's dumpster diving right now.
Yeah, yeah.
Fun, fun. I can't get
I
in and
can't
out of them.
remember
Get in and
now
out.
how they got their phone with them or something using that. I don't know, but I can't. Yeah, there she is again. Um, How's your sister?
She's at work right now. Doing well. We haven't had flu or any of that, or the other, thank God, this year. And, so far so good. We survived the polar vortex. That was a monster. That thing
Yeah,
hit right before my injection, so my back was already in a really bad mood. And then getting 35 below degree temperatures. Yeah, my bones didn't feel so good about that. They were cussing like a sailor, basically.
hey Lisa. Yeah, I want to do one with Lisa too. I hadn't talked to her about that, but I'd like to do one with her. Um, but no, I really enjoyed that one yesterday with
Well, you enjoyed
Big B.
talking
But
to
there
people.
was yeah,
You love
but there was a
talking to
couple.
people.
Yeah, there's Maggie too from Guam. I didn't see her
Yeah.
till this.
Hey, Mags.
But I I need to really get myself more organized than I am. You know, I hadn't. I'm still not unpacked totally from when we moved, and I just found some stuff that I thought got lost, and I'm so glad I found it. Well, my
Yeah, it's
daughter had
hard to
it
say
back.
what's
I
hiding.
Yeah, I can't get back into those two Donovan's bedroom and her bedroom and that other bathroom because it goes down some steps. I can't get down those steps. I guess I could, but there's too much of a danger of me falling because the rails are not there, and I don't understand how this house was built. But
Well, what about maybe asking Donovan to bring a box up here and there so that you can go through and
uh,
start sorting?
well, that's what they did today. They come. By the way, it's his birthday today. He's 31. Boy, that's my first grandson,
Well, happy birthday, Donovan.
and he's it just seems hard to believe that he's that old now because my wife and I raised him from an infant when he was born,
Bye,
and
Deborah. Have fun. She's getting
I
ready
spent
to jump in a dumpster. I'll get it out right here in a minute. She's fixing to take the dive.
yeah, but I spent more time when with Donovan. You know, I didn't. I wish I'd have spent as much time with my son when he was living as I spent with Donovan. You know, I did so much with Donovan. We went through Boy Scouts together and all that stuff, and
Yeah.
it and a lot of people didn't think he has cerebral palsy, and a lot of people didn't think he could handle it, and it was tough, but he handled it, you know, and he enjoyed it.
And he probably grew from it too.
Yeah,
Oh,
he
well, hello, Cindy Warner, transplant from Big B's channel. She's from south of Atlanta. Hello, dear. Welcome.
I don't know if I spoiled him and all that, though, but uh, I just got so many memories of stuff that because we went camping a lot with the Boy Scouts and stuff like that, and had so many things, and he had these problems with his cerebral palsy that was hard for him to do. You know, like he couldn't. He was terrified of getting in a canoe on the water. He this balance thing with him. He was just
Yeah,
terrified
that
of
was
it,
just too much. Yeah.
uh,
Thing
and
is
I
you helped him through that stuff. If you went camping with him, you were helping him through some of that stuff.
you know,
And those are quality moments that they can never be taken from you.
yeah,
You know, special times.
yeah. And he's not real easy to get along with, and it's because of that cerebral palsy. You know, especially now at his age, he's not like mean or anything like that. He
Just stoic and maybe a little
he just
surly.
has Yeah, he does that, but he helps me out a lot, as far as things I need done that I can't do.
Well, think about it. You
yeah,
helped him. He's helping you. He's just paying it forward.
but
Max is asking, "How you doing, Dauber?"
yeah, more coffee. I'm gonna have to back off this coffee so much. Lord, this is I drink about four. This is my fourth cup like this, and this is a lot of. It's just not a normal size cup, and I'll probably have two more of these before I go to bed, which will be. I probably
I'm
won't go to
drinking
bed till
water,
about.
and I'm drinking water.
I guess that's what I ought to do. If I probably got in the habit of doing it, it probably would work, but
I
I
used
don't
to
know.
walk around with a Pepsi in my hand 24/7.
Really?
Not anymore. The only other thing
I
I've had
put
to drink today
those
was a cup of apple juice.
apple juice.
Hmm. Yeah, I was out of orange juice. So I did apple juice.
I like I like a lot of those different juices, but there's a lot of sugar in them.
That was my carb with my breakfast. There wasn't any other carbs, so.
Yeah. Do you get out much during the day, or do you stay in the house a lot?
I'll get out in the yard if it's nice, but it's been cold, I was out puttering a little bit earlier today because it's a nice day. But I don't have a
Yeah.
vehicle, so I don't go anywhere. And with COVID, yeah, that ain't happening real soon.
Yeah.
But
You talked to me a good while back about you had some bad experiences or something with somebody that made you leery of being out, being on YouTube and stuff. And do you remember what that was? What that was about?
I wasn't particularly leery. I'm not somebody that does video I don't even have a lot of photographs.
Yeah.
But once lockdown happened, I was like, get over it, woman. And here I am.
Yeah. And I remember
Because I wanted social interaction, and that ain't going to happen if I can't get out and about and go do things that I enjoy doing.
Yeah.
So.
The only way I don't know if I'll ever drive it. My driver's license is going dead next. Gosh, is it next? Let me look. Holy cow!
I thought that was last year.
No, I did too, but it turned out I was
You had a year left.
I was not. Golly, Ned, am I fixing? That means if it is, I am going. I'm looking at this thing right now. Expires March 4th, 2021.
So you've got about a week?
Yeah, week or two, yeah. Golly, Ned. That means, boy, I got 2 or 3 things. This is the only form of legal ID that I've got.
Well, you can get it renewed, but just have it renewed as a state ID instead of a driver's license. Because with your vision, you're probably not going to pass. And driving right now, I don't know that you could really do that,
Yeah, I need to.
You can always get it switched to a driver's license again later if it works out where you can. But if you can't, at least you got a state ID.
I really don't think that I have any business driving except in the case of emergency or something like that. I don't think it's safe.
I agree.
And if I feel like that is probably right, I probably shouldn't be driving.
Yeah, follow that
Uh,
gut instinct. And it's
I,
smart that you're willing to see that and not, fight it and, I'm going to drive forever and,
yeah, I want to jump in the car right now. There's places I would like to go, but if I do these things I want to do, it's going to be with she's going to have to be doing the driving, like here in Marion County and here in Florida, they say, well, this hat here says, Ocala, horse capital of the world. And, there's a lot of ranches around, but they had a thing a few years back. They had these horses statues, and there's probably about 20 of them, and they're scattered all around the county.
Yeah, you said something
And
about that before, that you were wanting to drive around and photograph them or do a video on them.
I want to do that with the horses. Some of those things are beautiful, and I don't know how they made them. I don't even know but they're life size, and I want to do that. I want to drive. I want to go over to a place that have you ever heard of the Cross Florida Barge Canal?
Mm-mm.
Well,
I know there's a lot of barges and canals, or canals in Florida, because I've watched videos on fish and all that.
Yeah, well, they were going to have a canal that went all the way across the state so that boats and stuff didn't have to go all the way down and around the tip of Florida and back up to get into the Gulf. And they got about halfway through that building it, and then the environmentalists and people protested about it, and they stopped building it. But they had actually built bridges that was going across these different rivers and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And now those bridges, they're in the woods. There's a place that's not far from here. You can't see it going down the highway, but if you went into the woods, you would see where they built this bridge. And there it is, partially finished going through the woods, but it starts nowhere and it goes nowhere.
Odd.
It was a waste of money, and a lot of those places they built the canals, but they're not finished. And I forget what they call it now, but they're calling it the Greenway.
Yeah.
And it's I would like to go through some of that. And I did when I was in the Boy Scouts with my grandson. We went to a lot of those places, but and camped out at some of them. But
I got two things in the chat. Dudley is asking how far you are from Silver Springs and the monkeys that they have there on that island in Silver Springs.
Oh, I'm only about 4 miles from Silver Springs.
Mm.
And at back a few years back, when you're going down that one highway, those monkeys would come out of Silver Springs. They'd be out on the side of the road, and people were stopping and feeding them and stuff like that, and it caused jams. And they started some kind of program where they started trapping all those monkeys, and we don't have any of them anymore. But those monkeys there was some brought in for some Tarzan movies that they used to make in there. And some of those monkeys escaped, and they built large populations. But they're not there anymore. But Silver Springs is totally different now from what it was. The state took over the Silver Springs attractions, and
there's still monkeys there.
I don't even know if they. Yeah, but I didn't know if they got glass top bottom boats now or not. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Hello, Mr. Stash.
It's not like it. Monkey herpes is bad. Yeah, there was a lot of things you could catch from them suckers, but
they are suspected of having. They have herpes. They get little sores and things around their eyes. The big one is Hep B. But only one case of Hep B in a human has been found in any remote contact with monkeys, and it was not confirmed it came from the monkey because the monkey was tested and didn't have it. So
She's,
I've done my research.
Cindy said,
I've been actually studying macaques all summer. So
yeah, yeah. I was going out today, but I guess I'll go out tomorrow on my scooter. I just didn't get it done today. That my middle grandson and his girlfriend come over, and by the way, he's planning on getting married.
is he officially engaged?
Yeah,
Scoochie patootie.
pretty much. And this girl, she is so different. And he's had two since high school. He's had one, two, three girlfriends that never worked out, and then he met this girl, and she
Well, if it works out, it works out.
she's totally not anything like any of the other girls that he had a relationship with, and he really loves her, and I like her. She's kind of quiet, uh, but she's going to college, and they are planning on. They're living in Gainesville right now, but they're planning on moving back to Ocala here where I'm at in October, and he's going to work, and she's going to be going to nursing school here in Ocala, and he's going to work and do the breadwinner while that's going on, and then when she gets done with that, he wants to. He was the one wanting to be a doctor, but now he wants to be a physical therapist, and he wants to do that. So
Well, that's cool.
I'm, I don't know what happened to the doctor thing, but he changed his mind. He just wants to do physical therapy. Hey, Darlene.
Miss Cindy says, I wanted a monkey growing up, but I only got older brothers. Kind of the same thing, but monkeys smell better.
Oh, I, I do not like monkeys. I had a bad experience with one of my uncles and aunts back when I was like under 10, and they had a pet monkey, and that was one mean sucker. You was They had to, matter of fact, when we come over to visit, he had to lock the monkey up. The monkey did not like us, and I don't know why, but I don't want nothing to do with them. I don't like them.
I think they should be in the wild. I don't think they should be a pet. Monkeys aren't meant to be pets. That's like, getting a tiger as a pet. They're not meant to be pets.
Yeah, that thing, boy, he would come after us, and I don't know what kind of monkey it was, but it wasn't a big monkey, But the only pets I want is like my dog and my cats. And suckers, man, there's cats. I don't understand how they eat so much cat food, but boy, they eat a lot and they poop a lot.
If they're eating a lot, pooping a lot, it's probably not a good enriched quality of cat food. They don't eat as much as a good high quality cat food. You might pay more for it, but you're not having to buy near as much of it.
Yeah.
Same with litter, because less going in, less coming out.
Yeah, and the cat food she gets for these cats, they're not that brand. They're that I forget the name of it. It's expensive. And my baby sitting over on my bed right now, she likes cat food, and we can't hardly keep her out of it. And her bowl of dog food will sit over there, and it stays full most of the time. She hardly ever touches it. And
put the cat food up high where she can't get it, up on a counter, up on a table, designated for the pet food. Because letting her eat cat food, it's going to cause eye issues, and it's going to shut her renal system down. It's going to shorten her life by years.
Yeah,
trust me. It is not good for them at all. You might as well poison them, because that's what's happening.
I guess putting it up high is a good idea. Um,
I have 3 food stations, and all 3 of them are on counters or a table that's big enough to accommodate jump space and all that, and, there's none on the ground, and I don't even have a dog anymore. It's just habit.
do you have a dog there?
No, no, Sarah passed away about a year and a half ago, and, we just about the time we were thinking about it, pandemic hit, and, we just the right one hasn't found us yet. It
Yeah.
will.
I'm reading what Cindy said. They're gone over this was the early 70s. Not a lot of shelters, so my aunt and uncle raised them. Um,
Oh, she's
I
talking
don't.
about the skunk. She had a pet skunk.
Is that what it was?
No, cat food's not good for dogs, Dudley.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't want your dogs to eat cat food, and you don't want to feed your cats dog food because it's not enriched to
Yeah.
support the eyes. And if
Well,
you
that.
feed a cat dog food, I can guarantee you by 5 years, it'll be blind. I have not seen one that hasn't went blind from eating dog food.
Well, they don't eat the dog food here. They don't bother it. Um, they
No, because they got cat food. But the cat or the dog is going to think, oh, cat food's richer, tastier, but it's also deadlier, far deadlier.
Yeah. I got a mouthful of cat food the other day by accident. My daughter had a container sitting up on the counter there where I was fixing something, and I seen it, and it looked like some kind of seeds or something. And I opened it up. What is this? I put it on the video, um, and I
Slap
reached
it on
down
a
there and
cracker.
got pinched me up a mouthful, and I ate it, and it wasn't good. I'll tell you that. And I asked my daughter, I said, "What the hell is this?" And she said, "It's cat food." I didn't know, but it looked good. It didn't taste good, but it looked good. I don't know why she had it in that container sitting up there because it's containers that we put short meals in and stuff and put in the refrigerator. And she had 2 containers sitting up there, and it looked like some kind of sunflower seeds or something. But but I
Yeah.
got me. Well, I didn't swallow it because the taste was bad. I thought. I don't know how the cats stand that stuff.
I don't know. They love it.
But what
I mean,
I
a year and
was
a half ago, I had 9 cats and a dog. Now I have 4 cats. I've lost that many pets in the past year and a half from old age.
we've got 4 cats now and 1 dog. We've lost 2 other cats. I guess I can tell this that she wouldn't want my grandson, my middle grandson. It was my middle grandson's cat, and the utility room where the washer and dryer was at was off of my grandson's bedroom. This is my middle grandson, and his cat. She'd never been outside or anything, and for some reason, my daughter had been in there and she was drying some clothes or something, and she went to do something, and she left the dryer open, and the cat went in the dryer.
Yeah, got his neck broke.
And she come back and closed the dryer and turned it on. Well, it killed the cat.
Yeah,
Uh,
we had that happen with it was a 5-month-old kitten. Mind you, my mom was legally deaf and elderly, doing a load of wash in the middle of the night, and she didn't hear the kitten and she didn't see the kitten because she had cataracts as well. Didn't see it get in there, and yeah, we lost that kitty. She got her neck broken in the dryer. But and oh god, talk about horrid, dramatic. Mom was flipping out.
yeah,
She thought I was gonna blame her. Why in the world would I do that, Mom? It took a while to finally convince her that it's okay, Mom. I understand it was an accident. It happens. You know how elderly people can get. Sometimes they, I don't know. Mom was pretty meek, you know. So she,
Yeah, my grandson, he, as far as he knows, the cat just got outside and never came back.
yeah,
Uh,
that can happen.
but but these cats now, all of our cats now, we don't let none of them outside. They're inside cats, and
Yeah,
that's
mine,
the way
mine
it
have
should be.
never been indoor outdoor. They've always been indoor.
Yeah, this one, the oldest one, the big tomcat, we call him Diamond. Uh, he wants to get outside so bad because we used to let him out over there at the place we were living in,
Is he
and
fixed?
yeah, he's fixed. He's fixed. They're all we got out of the four cats. Only one of them is not fixed,
And
and
probably will be as soon as
that
possible.
one, yeah, they that's that. Actually, that cat is belongs to my middle grandson, the one living in Gainesville, and he's not ever since he moved out. He's not took her, and I guess he's gonna have her go have her fixed, but I don't think he'll be bringing her into the household that he's in now because they have a cat over there, and but this cat here, she's really aggressive. She's antisocial with the other cats, and it's really their fault because that cat stayed in my grandson's room. He never got out. He never got into the rest of the house. He never had anything to do with the other cats and everything. And she just, uh, if one walks by her, she'll jump on it and start fighting and stuff. And she's just not socialized with the rest of the cats. And you can't put a cat in a room and just keep it right there and keep it away from the rest of the house or anything because then when it comes out, it don't know how to act. And sometimes my daughter gets really upset with her, and she'll she picked it up one time. I forget what it jumped on one of her favorite cats. It jumped on. She was always jumping on that other cat, and my daughter got real mad one time, and she picked it up and she went to the front door and she was gonna pitch it outside. And it's never been outside, And I said, Jen, it's not her fault. And she stopped and she realized it's not her fault. It's their fault for keeping her shut up and keeping her from socializing with the other cats.
Exactly.
And it's not, and it's just like my dog. Every once in a while, she'll have an accident in the house. She'll pee or poop um, in the floor, but that's not the dog's fault. The dog would a whole lot rather go outside and do its business. But
Yeah.
if it has to do it in the floor, guess whose fault it is? It's our fault for not getting her out.
Yeah.
So you can fuss at her and scold her all you want to. She don't know what that's about, and she's not doing anything. I mean, what are you gonna do if you got to go and there's nowhere to go?
You can
You
only
just
hold it so long.
yeah, and so uh, that's I don't I don't get upset. I mean, sometimes she'll be up on my bed and she'll throw up, and that's my fault for letting her have access to the dang cat food. She eats cat food, but she'll a lot of times she'll throw it up, and that's not the dog's fault. And I can't. But I get upset when she does that, 'cause then I have to pull sheets off and all that. But that's my fault. It's not the dog's fault.
Exactly.
Uh, she would hope, and I'll take her out at least once a day now myself. I used to depend on my grandson doing it, but I've had her out today already, and she's done her business and everything. And then we go back in. She don't like to be outside. I don't know if maybe she does like to be outside, but only briefly. She
She doesn't want to live out there.
what Cindy said, cat pets are good for us. I'm not currently in the right Yeah, good for us. I know my dog is, and she's sitting over giving me that one eye look again. Um, but she sits in my bed, and she's on my bed constantly, which I don't mind. I brush her a couple of times a day, so that way the shedding is not such a big issue anymore like it used to be.
Yeah.
But and she's not fixed. Um, she hasn't been. I guess she's about 5 years old now. Well, I know she's 5 years old, but I don't know. I don't know. But she hasn't been in heat. Gee, a couple of years.
Sounds like she might have some hormonal issues. Hey, Cupcake.
Hey, baby. Yeah, I'd be lost without my dog. I I was thinking that yesterday. I was talking to Big B about. I feel if I'd like to live to 100 at least. And but I
Hello,
got to think,
Ismay.
huh?
I was saying hello to Ismay.
Oh, okay. I didn't see that one. But there's Mr. Stosh 51.
Mr. Stash.
Who is that?
He followed me. He's from
Oh,
the reseller community that I help.
oh.
I
Some of
put
you
you out
guys
there,
and
buddy.
girls, yeah, subscribe to the channel. I'm getting better. uh,
I put you out there. You could have people come in that you don't know because I put you out there that this was going to happen. So
yeah, I want to get a lot more subscribers that I can, but but what scares me about getting a whole lot of subscribers is I can't be up close and personal with them like I am with a lot of you people. I don't even want to call you people. You're family. You're YouTube family, you know.
yeah,
And
that's what I
uh,
consider.
and you've been
Hello, Angie.
you were such a help to me when I started doing these live streams and stuff, you know, and you come in there and was moderating the comments and stuff because
I wanted to make sure you had somebody in
cannot.
there that could protect you, your channel. You don't want to get troll hammered. Trust me, it ain't pretty.
Thank
Now
you.
you have several people that
Thank you.
cover the chat.
You know, and I tell these people, and there's me, I tell these people if they want to make a comment and they want to be sure I see it, uh, uh, super chat me $1 and it'll pop up there, highlight it, and I'll for sure notice it.
Yeah, you just got a super sticker.
Yeah, and if they want to donate more, then donate it to my PayPal channel because when they put it up here, a lot of people don't realize YouTube takes 30% of that right off the top that I don't see. And like one time, Petite Fireball, when we were having such a hard time financially because we were having to move, Petite Fireball come there with a total of $200 that night. And that didn't wrap your head around that. YouTube got $60 of that. I don't think that's right that YouTube takes
I don't either, but that's what they do. And if you're going to use YouTube, you got to roll with it and just growl under your breath while you're doing it.
Yeah, but I do like I hate to say it's like I'm begging for money or something. I say make $1, but that's because you do a 90% thing, and it'll pop up there and highlight it, and I'll see the comment for sure.
Yeah,
And
it stands out better.
And it's there, you know, so I can look at. By the way, I got a check from YouTube. Was it yesterday? Yesterday or the day before? It was but it took 4 months to meet that threshold. You have to have at least $100 in that account before they'll send you a check.
Cut you a
Well, they
check,
don't
yeah.
send you. Yeah, but $100. I finally got the one. The time before this month, it was $99 and some cents that I had in the account, so I didn't get that. But then this month, it was up to 121, so I got it. I ain't figured out what I'm gonna do with it yet. I I give grandson $20 of it. It's his birthday, and uh, he keeps up with a lot of stuff for me that I can't keep up with.
Well, that's cool.
But he helps me a lot, and he's a lot smarter about some stuff than I thought he was. And
I'm holding out on you.
He who is that? Oh, okay. Okay, but he's a tremendous for me. He well, hey Angie, thank you so much, dear. I appreciate that so much. And
yeah, me too, Dudley. She's in a dumpster as we speak.
Yeah. To try and make money on you. Yeah, Cindy, when I first started YouTube, the plan was to get enough subscribers that I could make about $200 a month to supplement my. A lot of people don't believe me when I say I only get $750 a month in Social Security. And the reason it's that low is because back in the day, I wasn't scamming the government. I was just not reporting everything I earned. I was covering it up. And I thought I was screwing the government out of the money, but in the long run, it cost me because we're right now, somebody my age should be getting now $2,000 a month. Well, my brother gets $2,000 a month, but I only get 700. I get $808 a month, and the government comes in there and takes $50 right off the top of that because they say I owe them money because they overpaid me back when we had that hurricane.
Yeah, I remember you telling us about that. Yeah.
They overpaid me, they say, $10,058, and now they're pulling that money out of my Social Security. But they can't take any more. They have to leave me at least $750 in my Social Security that I get, and that's why they only get the $50. They take more if they could, but you know what? When these stimulus payments come out, they're taking that.
Yeah, they're keeping everything. Lisa, no, I do not have content. And Jenny Eastlick, hello, sweetheart. She's from my doll community, my doll collector community.
Who is that, Jenny?
Jenny Eastlick. She just joined us.
Well, gosh, all you new folks, please subscribe to the channel if you like me and you can put up with me. I like to run my mouth. I like to talk to people. And I guess I'm disabled. I still can't get out and walk. I had COVID-19, at the 1st of August, pneumonia and all that stuff, and I survived it. So I still get out on my scooter. Tex Hillbilly or two more? Okay. Hey, guys, I appreciate all you new folks coming in. My goodness.
No worries, Jenny. Thanks for stopping in.
And I appreciate everybody coming in.
Yeah, I told you I put you out there. In case you're wondering, I'm in the kitchen feeding hyperthyroidism elderly kitty that has to eat every couple of hours. If I'm on your live, you can guarantee I'm going to feed a cat at some point during it because I got 2 old cats.
so happy to see you girls. Oh, it's made my day. I'm kind of been at a standstill. I'm on 1,250 subscribers. But like I was saying a while ago, I got into this YouTube thinking, well, if I get 1,000 subscribers and it can get monetized, that I'm gonna make a lot of money. Not a lot. I say, make enough money to supplement my Social Security. But let me tell you something. Those ads, when they pop in there, uh, they don't pay that much, and they don't pay anything if you skip over them. Of course, I've noticed that sometimes on some of my videos, they'll put an ad in there that's going to run an hour, and I don't know what. Oh, beautiful cat.
This is Sable. She's about 6.
Yeah.
And then I have one other one. She's probably bombed out on my bed right now.
Yeah. But you don't make a lot of money with this unless you get just a huge amount of subscribers.
And
I've
there's
been
another one.
told that somebody has around 100,000 subscribers. They make pretty much good money off of it. But I really can't say Tommy Roach. Who is Tommy Roach? Is that a new one?
Probably Cindy Roach's husband, possibly.
Yeah, doggone.
Which is Reseller Community.
Yeah, but no, and of course I've been blessed with a lot of people that donated to my channel, support my channel, and especially when we were going through that time when the landlord decided he was selling the house. And
he says Big B sent him.
Yeah, we had been like a month, and if it hadn't have been for some of my subscribers, I don't know what we would have done. But it bailed us out.
Your subscribers got you through. Your YouTube family got you through.
Yeah.
They stepped up.
Yep. And that's what really. Sometimes I get upset because my daughter, she thinks some of these people that do YouTube stuff like Crazy Family Kids and some of these others that grab a lot of food from the dumpsters and stuff. My daughter, she tends to think it's staged, and I try to tell her, don't do that. These people helped us, and don't tell them they're dumbing it up and stuff like that. Because it's just like with Crazy Family Tube. He did a video, the last video I looked at of his, he was knee deep in that dump with all kind of lunch meat and salami and milk. And you don't go do all that stuff just to stage the video because it would cost.
No, you couldn't go to the store and buy the stuff for a decent enough price to dump it in a dumpster, to recollect it, maybe to get a YouTube check. YouTube doesn't pay that much, not even close. I mean, on a video that is absolutely perfect with 10,000 subscribers, you might make $5 on it unless it goes viral. It's just not there.
You know what? I'm gonna I'm not gonna do it, but I've got to get a haircut. My gosh, I see my hair sticking out. Look.
I cut mine last week. It was starting to get a little burly, and I don't like burly hair. Yeah. Not on me. It drives me nuts.
If I could cut it myself, I could. My daughter has to do it for me, but I can do
the buzz cut.
That, and cut. But I can't get behind it. But if I cut
save it, you can knit a sweater out of it.
but I can cut it and it looks real bad. And my daughter will see it. Then she'll come in here and give me a haircut. But I
Yeah.
like it. You know, I've not got any brown left in my hair. It's totally gray. Oh my goodness.
You've seen my avatar. My hair used to be Indian blue black. And after my gallbladder attack and it trying to take my life twice, yeah, my pigment changed. It went to a mousy brownish kind of stuff and white. There's a lot of white in there now.
I, I was talking. I got comments about grits. You know, I love grits. And you were talking about you used to work in a restaurant or something and said you knew all about.
Yeah, I used to work in a Waffle House in Nashville. And more often than not, grits went on every plate unless they said not to. And more often than not, they had these little accesses back by the grill and stuff behind the counter, and you pass the food to them to a booth right there on the other side of that little access. Well, right at the bottom of the access is a trash bin. More often than not, they'd be like, "What's that? Hominy grits. I don't want them. Dump them. Okay, here we go." And I just start scooping them right there in the garbage can, hand them the plate back. I'd always ask them whether or not they wanted a fresh plate. If they wanted everything put on a fresh plate, then I would do that. But otherwise, I just scooped and handed it back to them.
Yeah. My brother, I never got gray till about 3 or 4 years ago, and my brother used to tell me all the time he thought I was putting dye on my hair
I
because
started getting gray behind my ears at 16. And it stayed behind my ears until after the gallbladder attack. And then all of a sudden, it just kind of ballooned and went everywhere.
What state were you born in, girl?
Ouch. Right here in Emporia, Kansas. Same doctor that delivered me delivered my mother.
Yeah.
Yeah, me neither, Cindy. They're nasty.
Cindy says she doesn't like grits, but you know what? You either love them or you hate them.
Yeah,
And
I'd never even heard of them until I went down there. They didn't have them up here. They didn't get grits here that I know of until after the disaster in New Orleans, the Hurricane Katrina. Then they started putting Southern foods on our shelves. And we got like a Popeyes, which lasted like 6 months, and then they were gone. Apparently nobody around here wanted to eat that. I don't know. I never tried it. They said it was spicy, so I just didn't go there. But yeah, born and raised right here.
yeah, to me, to have eggs, fried eggs, and like bacon or sausage, and no grits, that I can't. It's hard for me to wrap my head around that, and I love grits, and sometimes I'll just have a grits for lunch or something, you know, and I'll just fix me a bowl and throw some butter in it, and
See, if I'm just gonna throw butter in something and eat it, it's gonna be a can of green beans.
yeah.
And instead of grits, I usually like a buttered biscuit with my breakfast instead of toast.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah,
If I'm gonna do lumpy gelatinous for breakfast, it's gonna be like malto meal. It's not gonna be grits.
Yeah, I love my grits, man.
Southern people do, but here I didn't grow up with them, and I tried them, and I was like, nope. There's other things I'd rather have better.
But so, some people know how to grit. Now these instant grits, they're all right, but I've got a technique I use to fix them, and they're more creamy than they don't feel so gritty.
I've never made grits myself. You know, they were just always in the restaurant down south, and yeah, it was just never my thing. But I did find out really fast moving there. If you go into a sit-down restaurant anywhere, ask them if they have grits or not, and if they say yes, don't get them on the plate. You know, I learned to always ask that question.
Yeah, my wife, when she fixed grits, it was from scratch. She didn't use the instant, and I haven't
Yeah.
had grits like that since she passed away. But she had a way of fixing them things, and gosh, they were good.
Yes. Correct, Angie. Hominy grits, and hominy is a form of corn.
Cindy, I'm sorry you're having so much pain today. Yeah, see, a lot of my subscribers they got these health problems, including you.
Well, I'm not pain free by any means, but like I said, I just don't let it stop me.
Yeah,
You know, both of my shoulders are screaming today,
yeah.
but that hasn't stopped me. Does it look like I'm in pain? I'm good at faking it. Fake it till you make it.
Over the past few months, I have developed a pain tolerance. I have a lot of tolerance for pain now that I didn't think I would ever have. But
Well,
every
hello,
once,
sis. Jen Gal in the chat is my sister. She snuck
who?
in while she's at work.
Oh, Jen Gal, welcome, dear.
Yep.
I'm so proud to see you. So proud you're here, and come back often. Check out my videos.
Usually she's in here listening on Saturdays when you're on and I'm modding. Up until as of late, now she's usually running trying to find supplies on Saturday because of COVID.
I, I, I try to plan some of these lives that I do that's around the time that a lot of my subscribers are up.
Yeah.
I was, let's see, Manuela, my friend from Germany. She's in Berlin. She didn't catch that last live because she was asleep, but it was a.m. in the morning. I didn't start that thing till 9 p.m. Been living with Big B. I started at 9 o'clock because that put it around 10 or 11 o'clock a.m. in the morning for him in Australia the next day. And that's why I started around that. But 9 o'clock here means it's like 3 a.m. at Manuela's house in Germany. And when you're talking to the world, you got to think about these time differences and stuff,
Oh yeah.
and uh, 5 o'clock on Saturday seems to work out fairly good for my subscribers here in the States, but in these other countries, not so much. And so I'm trying to do some that suits them better. And been living with Big B. He's going to do a live from his end. And I'll be on his.
Yeah, I seen that.
I'll,
Angie,
I'll be a
I
lot
am so sorry, honey, that
of
you are having to deal with that. I don't have tumors, but I do have a disc protruding into my spine and then several clusters of Tarlov cysts in my lower spine.
yeah.
So I get it.
Yeah. I noticed they're still pushing that $1,400 stimulus bill through. Boy, I wish I thought I could get that.
Yeah, I don't know if it's going to happen. They've been back and forth on it for months. This is the 600
Yeah,
that we
I
got
wonder.
for, I think it was around New Year's is when I got mine. They that was supposed to be the 14, and they opted for 6, and now they're battling out for like the rest of it.
Yeah.
I ain't holding my breath. Really, I'm not.
Angie says she's wheelchair. Angie, I didn't know you were wheelchair bound there. But what?
Thankfully, I'm not there yet. You talking about the
Angie, that's
injections, Lisa? Yes, they do.
yeah. Angie,
They
Cindy,
only do that in the protruded disc. They don't go near where the Tarlov cysts are. They don't want to puncture one of them.
yeah. Angie, what's wrong with you, dear? Remind me that.
She has tumors on her spine, Russell.
On her spine?
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
She's 53. She's 2 years older than me.
How old is she?
53.
Oh my,
53.
gee.
So it's called sarcoidosis.
I've been so fortunate. 53, I was going strong. And I never started going downhill. I started going downhill about the time that the doctor put me on gabapentin. And I'm not bad mouthing gabapentin. There for a while I was blaming a lot of my problems on gabapentin. But now I know I can't do without gabapentin. The
Yeah, I
doctor
wondered
did.
how long it would take you to figure that one out when you decided to go off of it. I was like, oh man, he's in for a world of hurt until he figures that one out.
Yeah,
Because yeah, once you're on it, you're pretty much on it.
I had to start back on it. Now he's got me on 400 milligrams uh, 3 times a day, and that's really helped. But I don't need nothing for the pain that I have all the time. I have chronic pain all the time, but it's nothing that I can't bear. But I get these occasional pains come on just all of a sudden for no reason, like in my legs and in my ankles and my feet. And there are sharp pains, but they don't last long. Thank God for that. They just come and go. It's like somebody just shot you. But
Yeah.
I,
I don't
I,
get a lot
I,
of pain in my legs, but I have been starting to get pain a little bit in my legs and my feet. Um, I think it's probably either arthritis advancing or the beginning phases of diabetic neuropathy.
yeah,
I'm gonna
Sandy.
have to check it out. I see him in the next month or so. So
Yeah. And it says she's 53, and it's like the falling apart age.
I'm falling apart. Age was 28.
I shouldn't complain about the natural order of things. The older you get, the more physically unable to do things comes about, and it especially makes me feel sad when I see when some of these places on the internet they'll have like somebody in the 1960s and they'll show you a picture of them and then they'll show you a picture of them now, and it's just sad to me what age does to you.
I know. Look at my avatar and look at me now.
uh, Mr. Star 51 says he's 60. Is that a he or she? Mr. It's
Mr.
got to be
Dash
he.
the male. Mr. would give that away, dear.
He says
And
he's
yeah, he's 62. 3 more years for Medicaid or Medicare. Medicare.
he's
And Cindy says that some of that pain that you're having could be nerve endings firing from the caffeine.
Yeah, well, that's what it is actually for my legs, and but my left leg. See, I didn't realize, I didn't know, my doctors even didn't know that I had a stroke while I was in the hospital.
Yeah, it took them a bit to figure that one out.
One of those I did, but it makes more sense to me now, and I know that I can recover quite a bit from that, and I am recovering from it. But I still can't I can walk with my walker, but when I have to support myself with that left leg, I really have to hold on to that walker to do it, and it irritates me no end. Remember when I had blistered on my knee that I didn't realize I had till I looked down there where I got burnt? I couldn't even feel that. And I couldn't feel my toes getting blistered from that little space heater I keep under my desk. I couldn't feel it. And
I can still feel on the toes and everything, but I do. My incision was below the right boob, and it was about 10 inches long. And below that, on about 3/4 of it, maybe a little more, it's a dead zone. I have zero feeling there. So I have to be real careful, like in front of the stove, that kind of thing, that I don't get burnt because I can't feel it. And it's stayed dead because that happened back in 2010. We're in 2021. It ain't coming back. They cut something doing all of that and just ripped that part of the gut off.
Andy said she was always active and very independent and always tried to do the healthy things, but he let me all at once. He said, I could have made a big difference. When I was around 50, if I'd have started changing my lifestyle, what I was eating and whether I was a couch potato and all that stuff, I probably wouldn't be diabetic today if I'd have started doing something then. And but I didn't do it, and I was gradually gaining weight. And when I got to 289 pounds, that's when I started backing away from the table. I still don't eat healthy because it's so dang expensive to eat healthy.
Yeah, it is more challenging, but you know, I don't know. Somehow you just got to find a way. Portions is a big thing because if you cut portions, you get more than one meal out of it. It's more economic.
Yeah, look, Sandy says, where's it at? There we go. She said, we are all highly intelligent race, but we are all slightly ignorant, especially when we know it's not good for us, but we can't help ourselves, but we actually can. It's willpower. Well, there's a lot of truth in that, you know.
Willpower and facing personal denial. You know, you go into the denial mode. Oh, I'm not fat. Oh, I'm not this. Oh, I'm not that. I'm healthy. Blah, blah, blah. Yep. Old puppy.
It's like this morning, I went there and fixed me a sausage, egg, and cheese sandwich. And that in itself, just that, not so bad. But of course, me, I have to put my bread in the frying pan and brown it in bacon grease on top of that. So that just makes it that much worse. But I do. It's what I like, and I have a hard time just backing away from it. And
you know what I do?
I have a while to go for lunch.
I normally eat in the living room, right where I'm sitting right now, and I will get my portion in the kitchen, and then I will come in here and eat. No seconds. I mean, you can ask my sis. Seconds don't happen with me. Maybe once or twice a year.
Yeah. I don't go back for seconds unless it's something I really love. And I went back for seconds the other day, and I had it in one of my videos, and it was chicken fried steak, mashed potatoes, and gravy. And
the thing is if you save that for another meal, it makes it more economical. You're not overeating. You know, you just tell yourself no seconds, but don't double up the plate while you're getting it the first time. Make sure it's a decent recommended portion, and the weight will come off.
Yeah, I got a little weight coming off now, but not like I wanted to.
That used to be full.
I call them.
That used to be full. I got them things hanging in places I didn't know you could hang them. I mean, I'm serious. I got them in places I didn't know they could grow.
My wife had them.
It's because I've dropped 120 pounds.
Yeah, she hated that when I'd go up there and flip her arms with my hand.
It is, Angie, but I do frequent rounds of oral steroids, steroid injections in my back, steroid eye drops in my eyes, steroid inhaler, steroid nebulizer. Yeah, my diabetic numbers, I can't get them straight. They want to go nuts because of all the steroids. Without steroids, my A1Cs were 5.7, 5.8, which is borderline diabetic, or pre-diabetic is what they call it. But yeah, since I had to start doing all these steroids, my numbers are like 9s. And I haven't changed the diet. It's just the steroids. They make them wackadoodle. But yeah, I don't like what happens to my brain when I have to take oral steroids or I get one of those injections in my spine, because I go through a phase of that with that too. It just makes me stir crazy. And so I don't do them anymore than I have to, but I need to continue to function. So it's finding that happy medium between steroid stir crazy and mobile. I don't want to get in a chair any faster than I have to. And I flush my kidneys like you would not believe when I'm taking them. Oral or the injection, I flush my kidneys. I mean, I'm peeing like a sailor for about 18 hours every 10 minutes because I am flushing them kidneys. I'm chugging water.
Okay, Mr. Stosh, 51. I'm so glad you stopped by, my friend.
Oh, I bet I know who it is too, Stash. Have fun. Good luck. Hope you find some goodies you like. Mr. Stash is a reseller. So he's part of the reselling community. There are auctions on YouTube. A bunch of them.
What, auctions?
Yes, there's live auctions, just like a live we're having now. People are on there selling stuff. And I don't do a lot of moderating, but I do moderate a few here and there. But I do buy occasionally with some stuff. You've got the reseller community and you've got the auction community, and the two have kind of merged. People are buying bulk lots of stuff to resell because they're resellers. And then you've got the people that do small lots and little one-offs and things like that that are just for like general consumer, just people. But there's a whole lot of bulk auction stuff where they do estate cleanouts, storage unit. If you rent a storage unit, it goes in a rear, they auction it off. They'll buy those and clean them out and sell, to make money. There's people that are doing that kind of stuff to make a living. That's their only job.
Yeah. I used to go to auctions that were local, You go in there and bid on stuff, and here's a good story. I'll probably do a video about it. I went to an auction.
Me too, Angie.
And they was auctioning everything off, and then I got to talking to the man that owned the auction, and he wanted to sell out and sell it, and I wound up buying the whole dadgone thing, everything in the building.
So you were basically doing a clean out.
It was a big, it was major, it was big.
It is a lot of work to resell. It's a lot of work. And if you're doing auctions online, it's not just holding it up and $10 and somebody buys it. You then have to package everything up. You have to send invoices, and everything. The process is insane, and people have got to have tons of energy to pull it off. But they're doing it. A lot of people have went to that when they lost their jobs and things because of the pandemic. The reseller community on YouTube has exploded since last March.
What Frugal Granny says, how can she read that? I would get the stimulus check from my granddaughter instead of her non-custodial parent. Oh, wow.
I'm sure that there is a huge red tape paperwork trail required to get that to convert over. I'm assuming that the non-custodial parent isn't going to give it up if they get it and hand it to the person that should get it. So yeah, you're going to have to go through a bit of a paperwork nightmare to make it happen. And then also it's going to depend on your classification. Do you have full rights to her? Or have you adopted her? Or, what's that kind of status? They're going to want to know that. You don't have to tell me, that's personal. Just saying that those variables could make a huge difference. But yeah, paperwork.
Yeah, I had a situation when I was raising my grandson and my daughter was non-custodial. and she was getting some kind of check every month for him, which we didn't. We didn't get it. She got it, and
Yeah, they run
I
off and spend it and not think, oh, well, this should be for my child, so I'll give it to the person taking care of my child. They're like, ooh, money.
was
Gone.
I couldn't actually get that fixed and changed over, but a lady at school, a counselor at school, when he was like in the third or fourth grade, she was talking about getting support and stuff for him, and we said, well, he gets a check, but my daughter gets it. And so the lady at school, she knew what to do. She done it. And the next couple of months, we started getting that check to us, to me and my wife. Which at that time, my daughter wasn't interested in being a mother. But when the second child was born, uh, she realized she was a mom and she had to step up. And she's been stepping up ever since, with these three boys. And we must be doing something right, because I haven't had problems with either one of these boys that a lot of other parents complain about, and they
They,
won't
they
hang
seem
out
like
down the
really good
street. They
kids.
get
I mean, Jaden, he's a little
and
found tight, but he's a kid. But they seem like good kids. Really good
they
kids.
I used to worry because, especially with my middle grandson, I used to worry all the time. I said, what's going on here? Why ain't he doing some of this other stuff? Why ain't he, and she said, well, don't worry about it. Just count your blessings that he's not, and they never went and hung out down the street and stuff. They would play with different kids occasionally, as far as leaving the house and not knowing where they're at and stuff like that. It never happened. And it's not happening with this 12-year-old we got. He's fixing to turn 13. Boy, he is growing so fast.
Boy, that's scary. The word teen on the end.
Lisa
That means
says,
hormones.
Lisa said the phone communication has been beefed up because of COVID, and I swear I get so aggravated every time you go somewhere. You got to have a mask on, and I don't mind wearing a mask, but I forget to bring the dang thing.
Well,
And then
think about somebody with COPD or asthma having to wear a mask, breathe in their own
yeah,
carbon monoxide. Yeah, the next day after I have to go to a doctor's appointment or go run a couple of errands or anything like that, that next day I have my oxygen on and, I'm hitting the inhaler and hitting the nebulizer because my lungs are pissed off. And that's how this infection that I'm fighting now is a mix of mask and then the extreme cold kind of season the old lungs up just because you're freezing.
I sent all my oxygen stuff, all my oxygen tanks and everything back. I didn't need them.
It's actually an oxygen concentrator,
Yeah.
but it's one of
Well,
those
they had
big
a
round
concentrator.
ones instead of like a portable, so I can't take it with me anywhere, which is
Yeah.
on my list to fight them about. I just got other things I'm going for first with my care coordinator and my doctor.
Yeah.
That, and I'm kind of trying to break this. I got a new doctor, so I'm trying to get him a little broke in before I hammer him too much.
Cindy Warner says she don't like wearing masks. That she has trouble breathing.
Me too,
They
but
don't bother
you have
me.
to.
The only thing that bothers me about a mask, got my glasses on, they want to fog up.
Yeah. They're coming out with more and more things to try to cut the fog with the glasses, but I haven't found anything that's foolproof yet.
I've noticed when I was on oxygen at night, I slept so much better
Mm-hmm.
with that oxygen. And I wish
Talk to your
maybe,
doctor about getting a concentrator. You'll still have a oxygen tank on wheels around for backup in case power goes out. They just automatically hand you one, or at least they do
yeah,
here. But otherwise, yeah, you'll have a unit that is plugged in and you just flick it on and, And it's an air concentrator. It just recycles room air and, purifies it and whatever it does in there to turn it to oxygen.
Yeah. Yeah, when I sent all the tanks back, the concentrator, it was there too. I never used that concentrator, and I sent that too. But back before I was having all the health issues and everything, and I was dumpster diving, I found a concentrator that somebody had threw out, and
What do I wish?
it was very, very expensive machine, and it had the name of the company that actually owned it.
Inogen?
Yeah,
It's usually the brand of them.
And I called them up. I called that number up, and I said, "Look, this is in the thing." And they said, "Well, give me the number off of it." And I gave them the number. They wanted it back.
Yeah.
And the people that had it wasn't supposed to throw it out. They were supposed to turn it back in. But I think maybe what happened, the person that was using it probably died, and the family threw it out. But
yeah, and they didn't know. Yeah.
They wanted me to bring it to them. I said, "Look."
Oh, of course. They don't want to come get it.
I said, "I'm not going to do that. I got to drive 30 miles to turn this thing into y'all." And I said, "If you want it, I've got it. You can have it. But come get it." And they never did.
It was nice enough to call. And they're constantly out delivering stuff. It would be nothing for one of their delivery people to pop by and grab it.
Well,
they were just being jerks.
But
I can think of
probably wouldn't come get it.
For that.
I wound up giving it to somebody that needed one.
Mm-hmm.
And I know it worked and everything because I turned it on and I hooked everything up and put the mask on. And it was working. But I wound up giving it to somebody. I couldn't. Originally, I decided, well, I'll just go in and scrap it out. But I can't do that. This thing's an expensive machine. And
you can't sell them. They're prescribed.
But
oxygen concentrators and I think CPAP. This I found out in the reseller community. People get storage units and they have that stuff in them. They can't sell them.
That CPAP, what is that?
CPAP is that thing that you wear at night that forces air. If you have like sleep apnea, you stop breathing on your, in the middle of the night and stuff like that. It forces air to keep air flowing through the bloodstream in spite of the fact that your body doesn't breathe sometimes at night. Sleep apnea is a medical condition. And I'm sure there's a few others too, but that's just the one that's popping to mind.
They did a sleep study on me one and to see if I needed that, and they decided I didn't. And
they didn't do a sleep study on me, but they did a oximetry, which is basically a pulse ox machine put on your finger and taped on to keep it there, and you sleep with it. Because to qualify for the oxygen concentrator that I have, they had to see my oxygen saturation numbers drop down to 88 or below for whatever period of time or however many times at night. I don't remember what it was now. But yeah, I did that. So they were like, yeah, here you go. They brought one to the house. But which means that, yeah, I don't think I stop breathing, but if I start breathing too shallow, Sable, the kitty I was just holding, she whacks me on the face with her paw and I take a breath. She's my breathing alarm, for lack of a better term.
Frugal Nanny does have a channel if anybody wants to go take a look. I go watch her.
Let me pop into YouTube.
But
use my wrench and drop her link for you.
Yeah, I try to go see anybody that's got any content, and most of the time when I check a new subscriber out, most of them don't have content. They just go on and watch stuff. And I don't. Anybody got a pet snake? Oh man, I don't want no thing. I'm not afraid of snakes if I know they're there and I see them, but I just can't imagine nothing. They're not like a dog. A dog's affectionate and loyal to you and stuff, but a dang snake, nah, ain't gonna happen. I just,
I would love a pet snake, but my sister is about as squeamish as it gets. A little mouse goes through the house, and she's like, "Ah!" So yeah, I'm
I
not
know,
going there.
I know people like that, but I'm so different. And like if I catch a mouse, if I can catch a mouse in the house, and I can catch it alive, I'm gonna turn it loose outside.
I don't let it loose
Uh,
outside because it'll come back. I have a little carrier thing, a little pet rescue carrier little thing, and I will put it in that and drive it about 30 miles away and put it in a field.
yeah. Matter of fact, if you want to see how I am about animals and stuff, I got a video. I'm working on it right now. It will go up maybe tomorrow. Let's see, this is Wednesday, right? Yeah. It maybe will go up tomorrow, but but I'm probably going to put this video we're doing right now up for tomorrow. But there's a rooster story in there about me and a rooster. Uh, I I hated that rooster, and that rooster hated me, and it
I've never
fought.
had the only animal that I have ever had a problem with is equine.
It's what?
Horses, donkeys, the equine family. Um, they are the
Yeah.
only animal that I cannot go near. They flip out. And I've been trained on how to approach the whole bit, put my energy all nice and calm and earthy, and none of it works. They're just like, ugh. So, yeah. But otherwise, I can sit on a bank on a river, fishing pole in the water, I'm doing my thing. I keep a pea shooter in my other hand because snakes find me. They'll come up on the bank and find me. I don't shoot the snake. I shoot the ground by the snake to startle snakes in another direction, especially vipers. Um, I was on a bank and a rattlesnake mom came up, and apparently, and this is totally weird because snakes usually after their babies hatch, they just go on about their business, and they don't worry too much. But this mama came up and she had like a baby snake that had hatched and it was stuck or something. And she wanted me to go. So I went and I rescued the baby rattler very, very carefully. And I,
Yeah, those babies can kill too.
yeah, I know they're just as venomous when they pop out of that egg. They're fully loaded.
I
But
got a good story about that too. I'll probably do a video on
my
that.
dad, he went to get eggs like grandma's or something up the road and bring them back or take them. I don't know. He was delivering eggs or picking up eggs. Had to hike his little old leg. He was just a little kid. Hike his little leg up over a fence, basket eggs in one hand. He looked down because he heard something, and yeah, right down between his legs. The eggs stayed, and he was gone, and he never went back. I had a
Uh,
baby garter snake, just a little baby garter snake, harmless little baby garter snake. Slink into, when you're swinging on a swing set, your little foot treads on the ground. It had slinked down into there, and I didn't want to hurt it, so I hollered. My swing set when I was little was in a chain link fenced area, and right by it was a side door on the garage, which went into my dad's locksmith shop. I hollered for him. He came out. I told him, I said, there's a little baby snake. It's a little garter snake. It's in my treads here. I can't stop. Can you come with the broom and scoosh it out of the way so I can stop? And he just looked at me and he says, I'll go get your mother. He went clear into the house, got mom. Here come mom with the broom. Scooched the little snake. And dad went back in the shop. He didn't want nothing to do with it. He was terrified of snakes. Even a little baby garter snake.
yeah.
Little tiny baby garter snake. I used to go around the yard. We had a rock garden around like two sides of our house. And I would go out in the morning. Dad was going to mow, big riding mower. And we had a mated pair of garters and a huge big bull snake that lived under the foundation on the garage. And they would come out and sun and I would go out and collect them. I would have this 4.5-foot bull snake wrapped around my neck, 2 garter snakes riding my arms, walking up to the sunny side of the house where the rock garden was and put them in the rock garden. And they would hang out there until the mower vibrations stopped, and then they'd go on about their day, and they still got to warm up. Dad, he didn't even come outside until I came in and told him. I said, the snakes are where they're supposed to be. It's safe now. He didn't even want to be outside if I had snakes on my person. I had no problem picking them up. And they were wild. They weren't tame.
When I was a kid, there was a big bug that used to come around a certain time during the summer. We call them June bugs. I don't know if that's the right name for them or not, but
Yeah, I don't like June.
They were
June
big.
I'm doing a jig. I don't like June bugs.
Fly, and we'd catch them, and we'd get some sewing thread and tie one end of it onto the leg of the June bug, and then let
fly
the June bug, we'd walk around holding that string with that June bug flying around, which is not.
No, I never did that.
But I can't remember the first name of it, but we call them June bugs. But we did that a lot, which is not. It's really bad on the bug. Usually winds up killing the bug. And
yeah, I'd catch lightning bugs, the little fireflies, and put them in the jar so that I could watch them for a little while. I must have been, I don't know, maybe 4-ish, somewhere in there. Still, and I'd forgot to let them out of the jar. And I came downstairs, I'd already went to bed, and, I came back down, and my mom's like, why are you up? And I'm like, Mom, I forgot to let the fireflies out. Oh, they'll be okay till tomorrow. No, they got to go home to their families. So she had to walk me outside, pitch dark, probably 10 or 11 o'clock at night, so I could unscrew the jar and release the fireflies. She offered to do it, but I wanted to do it myself. I want to make sure it was done. I was that kid. I wasn't poking the frog. I was letting things go and saving them and moving them to safe places, and I've been like that my whole life.
Yeah. My daughter, she's 51 now. No, wait a minute, she's 50. Well, I hope she don't hear that. She's 50.
Gosh, it.
And I guess she's going to be what some people call an old maid, because she's never been married. She's got three kids, and that first time she come home from college, and she was pregnant, and I pitched a fit.
Yeah, I know you did.
And then I found out the father is black. Then I really pitched a fit. And I didn't consider myself a racist back then, but I guess I was. And I really pitched a fit. And then I went ranting and raving and saying, you got to have an abortion and all this stuff. And later on, a week or two later, I get wind that my daughter and my wife were planning on going to this clinic in town and getting an abortion. And I really blew up then. I was like, no way in hell are you going to kill the grandson of mine or a grandchild of mine. I pitched a big fit. And I'm so glad I did. I don't understand what I was thinking when I first found out she was pregnant, and then finding out the baby was going to be half black, and then finding out they was going to kill it. And I absolutely do not believe in abortion unless it's a case of rape or incest, something like that. Then maybe, but I'm just anti-abortion. I don't believe in it, and it just seems like when somebody decides to have an abortion, it's a matter of inconvenience to them to do that. Uh, but if it's like rape or incest, yeah, I can see that. Where'd you go, Willow? Oh, there you
Figure
are.
you wanted to hear or see that.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah,
lung infection stuff. Yeah.
yeah. But I just don't. You know, but when I found out they was going to try to have an abortion with Donovan, I flipped out. And
Now, aren't you glad they didn't? Because he's been your little
so,
lifesaver here during all of this.
because I have a lot more memories with with my oldest grandson than I do my own son. My own son died when he was 14 in 1986 with an accident with a Greyhound bus in the car. And I didn't have a lot of experience, you know, stuff. I wasn't a good parent when he was living as I was when my grandson come along. My son died in '86. Donovan was born in '90, and I just got so many. I got all these wonderful memories. Can't nobody take that from me. And it's in some of my YouTube videos about how I felt about it and everything. And I've said
Yeah.
every once in a while I remind my grandson, you know, I said, you know, we got a lot of stuff we did. Um,
Yes,
but
I know, Cindy.
I love my babies. Okay. Gosh, I've been yapping over an hour and a half. Um, maybe how many we got? We got 12 in the house.
Yeah, but it's been
Uh, I,
fun.
I don't know what I'd do if I had like 50 or 60 people in here at one time. I don't know if my brain could handle that. I want them, but
Well,
I'm so scared if I get a whole lot of people, I won't be able to. It won't be like talking to 10 or 12 or 15 people
no, it's
when you
not as
got
personable.
60 in.
I mean, the largest auction I've
Uh,
called was not quite 300 people in there,
yeah.
and I've seen them far bigger.
Angie said
I
her
don't do the
brother.
big ones.
Angie said her brother got killed at 23. Was it a car accident, Angie? That's awful young. Christy, you don't look a day over. Is she on here?
I don't know if she's on here, but happy birthday.
It is her birthday. I already sung happy birthday to her. She's
Yeah.
51. She's 51. And her husband, she robbed the cradle. Her husband's 45.
Angie says no, that it was an accidental shooting.
Accidental shooting. Gosh. I don't. My brother, when he was 7, and he's passed away now, he was a Vietnam vet and everything, and but when he was 7, he was playing with another neighborhood kid, a girl. She was 7. Her name was Christine, and they was in somebody's house playing, and the people that were living in that house had a 22 caliber rifle sitting in the closet, loaded and ready to go. And they started playing with the gun, and
And boom.
he shot the girl, shot her in the stomach, killed her.
I have my grandma's shotgun, but I haven't ever loaded it. It hasn't been fired since before I was born. It's more decorative.
But that affected him all his life, you know, and
Oh
that
yeah.
man, he was an alcoholic after he got out of the army. He stayed in the army about 7 or 8 years, and he was in Vietnam twice. He was a wounded vet both times he got wounded. And he he just never was right after that. And I don't understand why he kept going back, re-enlisting and going back to Vietnam. He went back to Vietnam actually 3 times. The first time he went, he was 17, and they sent him back to Hawaii, and because they had to be at least 18 to go into a combat zone.
Yeah.
And but he went right, and he died, and uh, the family pretty much. When I say the family, I'm talking about his kids. They were all minors when he died, and he was divorced, and he died, and I was the only one that was there, to take care of everything.
Yeah.
And so, but he died in a fire, and he was cremated. We had him cremated, and he's buried up there next to my son, up there in Citra, where my son's buried at.
Yeah.
And somebody actually, we got the veterans people, they sent him a plaque, for his gravestone, a big bronze plaque.
Hmm.
Somebody actually went in there and pried that plaque loose from his gravesite for the bronze in it, or brass, or whatever it was.
Yeah, for the metal.
Just stole it.
Yep.
Just stole it.
Yep. People are just mean weird.
Yeah. And they'd have a hard time stealing my son's stone, though. His stone is granite, and it's a full grave cover. It's like 3 foot wide and about 7 foot long, and it's all
I've got
granite.
4 plots. Nobody in them.
Yeah. I wish I'd
And
have
I ain't going in one either. I decided a long time ago, cremate me and scatter me in a cornfield so everybody could eat my tootie.
Yeah.
So
That's what
yeah.
I want too, cremation, and I wish we'd have had my son cremated. My wife is cremated. She's sitting in there on the shelf in the living room.
I got my parents in my closet.
I wish we'd have had my son cremated, but my wife would have never done it. She wouldn't. She didn't believe in it.
Yeah.
So it is what it is, I've been wanting to go out there to Sister to his gravesite and back to my old house and everything.
It's okay, Angie. I will see them again. They just weren't meant to have a life on this earth during mine, but they're there. They'll be there when I get there. Same with my folks and my brother and a freaking stampede of critters.
Yeah. All of my brothers and sisters are all alive except that one. He's the only one. There was 9 of us. And
Yeah, I lost my oldest brother in 2016.
Who was it that just lost Mary Beth, Fantabulous Finds, her brother passed away at I think he was 54. And she hasn't. Cindy says she wants to sprinkle.
Don't read that. Don't read that.
So all my friends can smoke me. Okay. Well, I don't know how you make a joint out of them ashes. Oh,
I'm not sure. I've never done that. So I tried it once as a teen, made me sicker than a dog. So yeah, not my world. But
I tried it. Didn't squat for me. I said I'd get a beer, drink a beer, and feel better.
I don't know. I just took a couple puffs out of curiosity as a kid, a teenager. Well, I would have been legal because I married when I was 17 and I got emancipated to get married. So I was actually a legal adult when I was barely 17 because I went and got emancipated so that I could get married. My parents didn't want to sign off on it, so I went and got her done.
How do you get emancipated?
You go and get a lawyer, and they file the paperwork, and then you go and you talk to a judge. And if they ask you a lot of questions, kind of pick into your life and your brain, and to see if you're a responsible young adult, or what's the reason that you want to do it, all those things. And they deemed me eligible, so he signed the paper, and I suddenly was an adult at barely 17. And back then they weren't doing the try you as an adult, but the judge did say that you are now classified as an adult. If you get in trouble with the law, you'll be taken down as an adult.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't have to go to court, Cindy. It was just a meeting with the judge back in his chambers kind of thing. They didn't do the whole big spiel.
For stopping by, Darlene. Have a good day. What's left of it.
Bye, Darlene. Take care, hon. See you in the auctions.
Okay. I guess it's time to shut it down. Let's see, my mom and brother and cat on my shit. Oh, she had all them cremated.
Yeah. There's people that have their animals cremated as well. I've always wanted to do that, but I was never able to afford it, so wasn't in the cards. That, and as many animals I have, that'd be a whole lot of little jars. If I still had our homestead property, then yeah, I could just put a little pet cemetery in the backyard, but don't have that no more. So.
Yeah. All right, guys, we've been yapping now for almost 2 hours. It's 1 hour and 46 minutes.
Yeah, but it's been fun.
I appreciate everybody stopping by, and I appreciate all them new people you brought into my channel, Willow.
Yeah.
Maybe they subscribe, I'll be.
Well, we'll find out.
I'll tell you, but
you too, Angie.
We're going to go, and I will be having my regular live on Saturday at 5 p.m. and I may pop in again because I've got a couple of people wanting to do a live stream with me, and when I know when Been Living with Big B is going to have that live with me from his end, I'll let everybody know if they want to try.
Yeah, let everybody know. Put it on your community page on your channel. Put it on your community page, and that'll send out a notification to let everybody know as well. Put the link and all that, for the YouTube and or his channel or whatever, some way to get there. Just put it in your community tab. I do have one question.
What's that?
Now that you've actually got a visit with me, you ain't scared of me anymore, are you? You were kind of intimidated by me when the first time I came on and I reamed you about going to the doctor. You were like, well,
yeah, I've been on with you before, haven't I? Sure have.
Yeah, we tried to do a private live, but you were dozing off. That didn't go so well. And then the first time that I ever came on your channel, just because I was trying to tell you in the chat with everybody else, you need to go to the doctor. You need to go to the doctor. And you weren't getting it. So I was like, Dauber, put me on. I'll come on. You're like, oh, you went on here? And I'm like, uh-huh. Yeah, and then, I reamed your butt. But it was totally out of love, but apparently it intimidated you a little bit.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate you coming and doing this with me, Willow, and we'll do it again sometime.
It's been fun. I enjoy it.
I'll try to let you know when I'm gonna do that with Been Living.
Shoot me an email if you want and let me know, and that way I can work it out to try to be there to mod.
Okay, but it's probably, I don't know what time of day he's gonna do it there.
Well, he's probably got his own mods, but I still want to be there.
When you get around 15 to 18 hours difference in time, it's kind of hard to get that stuff worked out. But
you'll figure it out.
I'm out of here, folks. I appreciate all of you for coming by.
Bye, y'all. Love you.
See you in the next one, everybody. And here we go.